going on YouTube now, just so y'all know.
Okay.
Alrighty.
And then I'll set the screen so y'all can see the evidence again.
Right.
Thank you.
But I'm gonna, okay, now let me share the screen. All right, so I believe it's, if you can't see it, I believe it's this one.
Yay.
Can y'all see it okay?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, for some reason when I do it, y'all, I'm only like, oh, what is this? Never mind, sorry. Okay. I had to make sure y'all were all in because I can't invite other people. It blocks the sharing, it blocks the invite for some reason. So, but since no one else is coming, we'll be fine.
Okay.
Hey, so do you have to log into your Wi-Fi every day on the Kindle
Do I have to log in to what?
to your Wi-Fi?
No.
Okay. Well, because remember yesterday in the morning, it was doing that weird thing where you go out of you punch docs, then it shows documents, but it's already in some document. It doesn't give me the code or anything, the number.
Mm-hmm.
And then it quit doing that yesterday finally, so.
It's kind of contrary.
I mean, is yours doing that or are you showing different case numbers?
I see all different kinds of case numbers right now.
You do? Dang it.
Yeah.
What did I tell you to do yesterday, Robert? I don't, maybe all?
Up at the top, press all rather than download.
Yeah, mine's on all.
And then it's on Cloud Drive at the top.
Okay. So, okay, when I punch the all, it's still doing nothing, but okay, email box. To your file.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I do love you. Thank you so much. I'll order some. So you want the rice, just the chicken, and well, I will, but hurry.
Yay, I finally got it.
Good.
Chicken and beef? Yes. Or chicken and pork? Chicken. Pork. Okay, I have to go. I have to go. I love you. I'll call you later. So, we have the refrigerator. Bye, I love you.
All right, everybody. They're just about to come back. I want y'all to all know how great a job that Jackie did yesterday keeping up with y'all. She was rocking it back here. She was.
Maybe they can't hear you. You yell it at them again. Hopefully I didn't like mess up. You don't hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh.
Jackie, we already knew you rocked it, so we didn't have to comment because we already know.
We're like, I don't know if they can hear us. Like,
You're like, they're not saying anything. No, you've done great. I mean, seriously, you jumped in. Good, great job. But like I said, we already knew that, so that's why we didn't say anything.
Do you know how to set this on your?
it's already there. I'm way ahead of you.
So they're just watching your screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
They wanted to see that screen.
Hey, I forgot there's nobody.
Huh?
I forgot there's nobody.
And I put us that way because it's easier to see the screen.
Oh.
And they hear my typing with the microphone there, so we put it on the table.
Got it, got it.
This is.
Hmm? Yeah, right. You really like your. It's rocking.
Brittany's in school. She got a new phone. I'm like, hey, let me use that.
I like it.
Are they almost ready back there?
We're waiting for them to come back. No one's back here.
Okay,
Yeah,
they'll be back in a minute?
I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay, well then I'm going to go ahead and open the meeting. This is a meeting of the Aransas County Appraisal Review Board. It is August the 11th at 1:45. Cindy, do we have a quorum?
Yes, sir, Chairman, we have a quorum.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Then we'll call the meeting to order.
How are you doing, folks? The Appraisal Review Board is here virtually can you show them there? They're all right here virtually so you can see. They can see
This.
they can see that screen. Why don't you switch it over real quick just for. Well, that's your Appraisal Review Board. Eamon's going to be representing the district, and they'll start the proceeding in just a moment.
Jennifer,
Yes.
welcome. This is Charlie Powers.
One Charlie.
Do you have a preference of which account to begin with?
I think we need to start with, 17708.
Okay, that would be 1522. Let me get the right
Yes.
paperwork out here.
The middle one on page 7.
It's 1522, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Let's rock and roll.
Ready.
We're opening a hearing on case ID 2020-1522, account number 17708. This hearing is being recorded. We are the Appraisal Review Board that are hearing your protests today. Scattered around the city are myself, Charles Powers, Cindy Duck, Robert Dayton, and Ramona LeBlanc. We're all here via Zoom. We do not work for the appraisal district. We are appointed to perform an independent review of your protest. At the end of the hearing, you may complete a survey regarding your experience. Survey may be completed using the survey form and emailed to ptad.communications@cpa.texas.gov or online at surveymonkey.com/r/surveyarb. This survey is voluntary, but we do appreciate you taking it. You also have the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information will be provided to you with our determination. In accordance with Tax Code Section 4145H, all written material that has not been provided must be provided at this time. I'm assuming that we have all your evidence. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Well, I believe you did, we did leave some and Valerie pulled it out, so.
There's some uploaded.
Do accounts.
We have information for 2 accounts. Does that sound right to y'all?
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Okay.
Okay. ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing an affidavit to that effect. I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 4166.
I, Cindy Duck, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Ramona LeBlanc, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F, and I'm signing to that effect, and I'm physically located in Texas.
And my name's Val Smith. I am witnessing all of those signatures via Zoom, and I am physically located in Texas.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath. Jennifer, I am assuming that, oh, you can swear in right there, can't you?
So if you'll state your name and then.
Read that. Okay, my name is Jennifer Day. I do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
Amen.
And then Mr. Day is going to swear in as well.
My name is James Russell Day Jr. I do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
I, Eamon Burke, do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
Do either of you have a license to be an appraiser in the state of Texas?
No.
No.
Okay. On the table, glued down in front of you, should be a chart that shows the procedure with times. You see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You get to choose. That's the procedure we're going to use throughout the hearing. You get to choose whether you go first or Eamon goes first.
Let's let Amy go first.
Okay, Eamon, you have 5 minutes.
Okay, I don't want to waste any time here, but let me just ask a question of you if I can. I looked at what you guys have in here, what you all brought with you.
Mhm.
Are these people long-term renters?
Mhm.
Like they just live there all the time and they've been there for, like they're renting by the year is what I'm saying.
6-month lease.
Okay, but they're not, it's not being
It's
run
not
on
a
like a,
hot property.
yeah, okay. So this was, what happened this year was this was picked up as being a hotel or motel because it's kind of laid out that way, but it isn't a hotel motel, it's long-term rental, so it shouldn't be on income at all. So it just,
Go ahead and make a recommendation.
yeah, I mean, what was the, let me see the account real quick. I'll go to value. So our cost value on it is 134,120. And it's our,
I could not hear you.
it's 134,000.
120.
120.
That
And
was
what put it up? What put it up?
just a percent complete or something.
Yeah. No, yeah, there was
I mean, to the 220.
some sort of damage modifier last year, and I don't know. I'm just saying that the notice value was an income thing of 227,000, but this property isn't going to sell on hotel income because it isn't an operating hotel. It doesn't have the facilities for it, so it should just be on our cost value.
Okay. So are
You have a total value of 134,120?
so are you offering that to her, to
Yeah.
them?
Yeah.
So Jennifer and Rusty, do y'all accept, I mean, is that a good amount for y'all?
That is acceptable. That was our whole point, was it was based on hotel and we're not.
Yeah. and
Okay.
What y'all provided is like totally enough to show that this is a long-term rental. So,
Okay, so you're good with the 134, 120 for 2020?
yes.
Correct.
Okay, so on account number 17708, based upon what we heard from the appraisal district and also from the property owners, and taking into consideration the incorrect appraised market value on the appraisal ratio exceeding the median level of appraisal, I make a motion that we lower the 2020 value to $134,120 on account 17708. I also want to make a motion that we remove the short term or whatever that caused it to be done on that methodology.
Second,
I'll second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Done. Jennifer, where do we go next?
Only other one that we are wanting to talk about today is 61803.
Okay.
1525. Okay. What we'll do is we'll skip the script down to all ARB members who are considering the protest have not opening a hearing on 202-1525, 61803, account 61803. The ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing an affidavit to that effect. I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 4166F.
I, Cindy Depp, do solemnly swear I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F, and I'm physically located in Texas.
I, Ramona LeBlanc, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F, and I'm signing to that effect, and I'm physically located in Texas.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath. You get to do it again.
And my name's Val Smith. I'm a notary public. I've witnessed Charlie Powers, Robert Dayton, Ramona LeBlanc, and Cindy Duck signatures via Zoom, and I'm physically located in Texas.
My name is Jennifer Day. I do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
My name is James Russell Day Jr. I do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
Okay, would you guys like to go first, or you want Amy to go first?
Why don't y'all go first?
I, Eamon Burke, do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct. All right, let's see which one this is. It's 61803. It says the last sale price was $253,000 in 2014. It says 2020 changes TPs and rental units, not new. The market value is $126,120 last year. This year it was noticed at what looks like $179,030. The property card shows a mobile home, looks like a second mobile home, and a trailer pad and land. This is on Mundine Road. The picto shows it's kind of a long tract, several different structures on it. They all look like mobile home kind of things. The sales grid is using comps from the last year. One on Kirby Road, both of them are, first two are on Kirby Road, one on South Dowdy and one on Fort Worth Street. They're sales of mobile home properties. Obviously, they're probably not going to have 8 structures on them. But as far as valuing mobile homes and land, the indicated median value for the subject is 162,752, which is about 18,000 less than our notice value.
Wait, will you say that one more time, Eamon?
162,752,
Thank you, dear.
which is sometimes these will show our values a little high or a little low within like a margin of error, but that I will say is not within our margin of error. That's showing that a warranted negative adjustment based on sales. The equity grid actually shows a pretty similar number, that at 166, which is below our market value. And like I said, that is outside the acceptable range of what, if it was a little low, that's going to happen, but that's off by a lot. Then the sales ratio report is for Burton and Danforth and TP McCampbell. We are at 98.1%, the weighted mean in that area. Let me see. I don't think there's really anything else to present on this.
Well, wait a minute.
Yeah, go ahead.
You look at the protest form, there are 2 other boxes checked. Temporary disaster damage exemption was denied or modified, and incorrect damage assessment rating for a property qualified by a temporary disaster exemption.
Okay. Well, on those fronts, we were not ordered to do a disaster reappraisal at all on this property in the whole time I've been here. So there's nothing was requested on that front from the entities. There's no Harvey code or anything left on it from 2019 or 2018. It's just a normal appraisal for us for 2020.
Is this off 188?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, do you have anything else, Eamon?
I'll probably have some questions after their presentation, but that's it.
Okay.
All right, so Jennifer and Rusty, you have 2 minutes to cross-examine, and then you'll have 5 minutes to present, so I'm just going to give you 7 minutes.
Okay, well, primarily what we're bringing to the table is that a lot of the structures that were noted are gone after Harvey. That picture, yeah, that picture shows several of them where you can see the foundation.
Mhm.
And those structures are apparently noted in your documentation. That one, go down. That one right there, that was completely gone. That was a storage shed. Go up. That's
Go
back down.
There you go, right there, where you can see this, the roof.
The majority of the usefulness of that whole part of that was completely gone. The roof took off, it took sides off, it took everything off there. There's part of the roof there that we're trying to shield some material from.
Was that a home?
There is an RV pad site underneath the part of the roof that's remaining.
Got it, thank you.
And then if you come back down here, all the carports are gone. The skeletons, some of the skeletons remain. Most of them are leaning badly. And if you go up, there was a big one right there. It's almost completely gone. There's part of the wall remaining, and it's all completely gone. That was all part of the purchase price when we bought it. That was an amenity to the residents there, and those are all gone. Also, there was another little shed over here on the right.
Yeah, behind the house.
To the right. To the right. Down.
Over to your right.
Over to the right.
Oh, yeah, behind the longer one.
Yeah,
there.
Yeah,
that's,
there was a shed there, that's completely gone.
Mhm.
So all those amenities are gone. The pump shed took a lot of beating. We finally had to take it down. It's this little red structure down here on the bottom,
right,
right
right
there.
there, that's, just the tanks are remaining because that got so beat up. But I know you need this as of January 1st.
So, but most of our tenants there are retired, disabled, on fixed incomes. And it's gonna be a hardship on them if we have to raise their rates considerably. We've already lost one in that other property because of the rates.
Anticipated.
These folks, I don't know what they're gonna do.
We have a HUD tenant on that property as well. I think
Okay, you still have 4 minutes.
that's,
Well, the fence, that was a brand new fence we built in the front, and it's leaning.
Yeah.
It's leaning badly from the wind.
doesn't look like a care, but it is.
See it?
We just put that in prior to Harvey.
Anyway, that's the gist of our contention is that some of the structures that are included are gone.
And this is a picture that was as of January 1st of 2020.
Yeah, it was taken on January 3rd.
Okay. So Eamon, can you like, fix the card and see what that number that gives you?
Yeah, the improvements that you're describing, they're not on your account anymore. Those are not on there. All that's on there, if you look at the
Tell me what page you're on.
look at page 2 of our evidence, that's our property card. It says property appraisal information at the top.
Turn the light on, please. We're seeing them all day.
So you have them with 6 trailer pads, is that what that says?
Yeah, that is what it says. Okay, so
5 trailer pads and 1 mobile home.
right.
So on, in the middle of that page, you're looking at type, trailer pads,
Mm-hmm.
covered deck, understand that, we've repaired those. Car, boat, porch,
Yep.
what is that?
So go ahead and pull up the drawing part of it so we can show them what it is. So that is, which one does that correlate to? It's going to be the metal one. Go to the improvement detail so I can see if it's got a function on it. That's okay, I'll go look at it.
Sorry, I can't move it.
Open up one of those and let me see if it's at 100%. Yeah.
It looks like it's all 100% to me, Eamon.
Okay, well, there's one more place that it could be. Let me close that. Click on here, second one, 4. All right. So that one's definitely in worse condition. But it's listed as 2 probably because it was added on to at some point. It was just separate projects, but it's that. Those 2 CP1s is that.
What is a CP1?
It's a carport and one is a class code. And one's the lowest class code. That is really damaged though. So, I mean, it could be, yeah, I could see taking the value of the bigger one out,
Well, so,
which only leaves the little one that's over the RV. And then the next line item says main area, it's listed as a 3S14, so that's a 14-foot wide mobile home.
That's that right there.
Okay, and then the next one says main area 6S16 plus, that's a 16-foot wide mobile home. And then there's 2 that are AW3s, which are just awnings. It's those little metal things that are in front of those. It's that. And that's really minor. But the main thing is the trailer pads. So I'm looking, you've got the two up front, the one underneath the shed type thing.
Right.
Are any of the other ones being used?
So just so y'all are aware, okay, we've run out of the home landowners' time on this part. And so now we're into Eamon's 4 minutes, which is your
Great.
Cross-examine and rebuttal.
cross-examine and rebuttal.
So I'm just trying to make sure we have the right number of functional trailer pads.
Right, right.
Right.
That's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is there one in the back there, up just off the screen in the trees?
Yes.
There's somebody back there, or is it like an RV or something?
Yeah,
It's a little bit.
that's the HUD RV.
2, 3, 4, 5.
And then what's further back to the right? Go back.
That is a shed that was destroyed.
Yeah, it's the foundation for the old shed. So this one's not working, right?
Correct, that was completely
What about this
gone.
one?
That was, gets wiped off.
What about these two?
No.
Gone completely.
And that back one too.
There was a
and
shed
that
back
one.
here, it's
It's-
completely
it's-
gone,
it's-
but this is where the
Here.
HUD
Person.
tenant is.
Okay, so
And she's got an RV.
a warranted correction, so two things. One, our sales comparison grid is showing the warranted change to 162,000, whatever that number was. And then beyond that, there is one too many trailer pads on this card, and the value of this could come out as well. So it's 3 different things that I think are easily warranted changes. That would be, let's see here, 79.25. So 11,315. Okay. All right, so that would render a value of 151,437.
Wait, say it one more time, Eamon.
151,437.
Okay, so Jennifer and Rusty, is that more in line? Is that a number?
Wait, just 1 second, let me do the math here.
Yeah, I mean,
Why do you know what you did? Because the value of it.
yeah, I just took the value of it out. Because there's a big one and a little one. I just left the little one that's actually working.
Okay. And then, so delete
I mean, we should probably leave it on there because it's still there.
$10.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only thing that we have. I mean, you look at the comparable properties and what's on them. We just want to make sure that we weren't being assessed for stuff that's not there anymore.
Yeah, no, that's good. And we found 2 things that needed to be taken off of there, and our sales are showing it's a little low. And on top of that, were those little buildings there when y'all bought it? Yeah, so that's part of it. Is
Everything was there.
it's never going to get up to your sale price because not all of it's taxable real property. So, yeah.
So to answer your question, with regards to, make sure I have the right number here.
Just wait for an offer first.
Oh, he did.
I'm sorry, did you make an official offer?
Oh yeah, well the number was 151,437.
That's what he did, based with your adjustments, correct?
Yes.
That's agreeable to.
So I'm sorry.
Okay,
I hate to ask one more time, what was it, 154?
No, 151. But Jennifer, as we're so close to the end anyway, so it's okay.
Just making work for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you and Rusty, you get 2 minutes, to ask questions, and then you'll each have your 1-minute closings. Unless the 151,437, if that's good for you right now, we don't have to do the other 2 steps.
If we are in agreement, that's fine.
Awesome. Okay, so on account number 61803, based upon what we've heard from the property owners and from the appraisal district, and taking into consideration incorrect appraised market value and the appraisal ratio exceeding the median level of appraisal. Also, any other additional reasons that might affect the overall value on this property or overall valuation on this property, I make a motion on account 61803 that we lower the 2020 value to $151,437.
30.
Oh, 430,
30.
sorry. Forgot about those 10s.
Second
I
that.
second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Case closed. Jennifer, where do you want to go next?
That's it. Those
We're
were the
good.
only 2 that we want to, or protesting or contesting, whatever the right word is.
Okay. Eamon, do we need a document from them that they're pulling the protest for 1523 and 1524?
No, we don't need anything from them.
Okay, we're good.
Awesome.
Thank you, boys and girls.
Do I need to sign anything for our agreement, or we're? it's all-
No, you'll get something in the mail along with a survey that the board would like for you to fill out.
All right, wonderful. Thank you.
Please do the survey.
Thank you, will do.
Okay, thank y'all.
Aye.
Thank you for giving us evidence.
Be right back.
I learned that.
You know, if a secret agent man is here.
Oh, yeah.
Are they here?
I don't think so.
No
You said we have a
names.
secret agent?
Yes, no names. Another confidant.
Is he here?
I'm,
No idea.
I'm not sure.
Jackie.
Oh, no.
Check
Okay.
out,
There's
check it through your internet, because in that, let's see, a surveillance van. And so they'll be able to tell you if he's here yet or not.
I don't know his code name.
Oh, dang it. Charlie, what's his code name?
The homeowner.
Secret agent man.
When they're here, how do I get back into the full screen? I can't unless one of them signs off. Or I disconnect from this screen, correct?
Wait, what do you mean?
But see, right now, Jackie, we're looking at the full screen.
Like you see how if I go, there's no word to make this bigger. See what I mean? And now I don't know where they are. Okay, there they are. But I can't get, because if I have to, someone calls in, I can't add them because I can't see it. So I just have to stop sharing.
Oh, no, I think that your controls.
Oh, there they are. Okay,
Participant.
Just
move that there.
okay. There's nobody in. Anybody coming in here?
Well, I'm gonna talk about the next case, which is confidential. No,
I put this in the wrong supplement,
I don't
so.
have it.
It's right in here. The confidential one.
Did you see it?
It was
Maybe
in,
it was,
it was in this,
no, that's all. Right.
it was in that packet of stuff.
What?
Yeah, well,
It's
it's
right in
here,
there.
but I have to get some things. Anyway, the next account is confidential. I wanted to let you know, I think there was a miscommunication. The person had an in-person hearing and he wanted to change it to telephone. And so I told him I would ask y'all about that, and didn't foresee a problem with it. Now, he has not called in on this docket, but we saw him as late as this morning when he filled out his affidavit. It said he wanted to appear by phone.
Before we go on,
Uh-huh.
before anybody says anything,
Yes,
Account 57477, please do not say this person's name. Does
We're not going to.
everybody
We
understand?
get it.
That's fine. That's
Okay.
fine. The question is he here or is he going to be on the phone?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think there was a miscommunication. I don't know if he thinks we're going to call him. So I just wanted to let you know that transpired. We do have his affidavit where he says he intends to appear by telephone call hearing, but we can hear it by just the affidavit.
Yeah, he checked the box so that we can just read his affidavit.
Yeah, but y'all talked to him this morning. My vote,
We
my
talked-
motion would be to y'all to call him. I think there's been a miscommunication.
Is there a reason you can't call him?
Well, technically, I guess you could say he came in today, he was in contact with us. You know, it's just the rules of we don't call people for a phone call hearing.
Right. We have the affidavit. Let's do it by affidavit.
So we don't, you're saying we don't call them, they have to call us. So he's essentially being represented by the affidavit because he checked that.
Correct,
Box.
but in this case, he was in communication with us just even today about doing a telephone hearing. And so the fact that we have not heard from him on this docket indicates that he just didn't understand that step.
Okay, so can you call him from the office and just say, we just want to double check. And if he wants to do it by phone, you have to hang up and he is going to have to call in.
If that is agreeable to you all, I will do that.
That's why we're bringing it to your attention at all.
Well, I'm going to make a motion that we do that because I feel like, seriously, he had an appointment. I'm willing to give that one the benefit of the doubt, me personally. So I'm making a motion that we do it.
I'll second that.
And so when I call him right now, do you just want to start the hearing at that point?
No, he'll have to call us back in. No, I don't care. On that, I really don't care.
What's the phone?
That's fine. I mean, let's just do it.
What's the phone number?
I
Yeah,
guess the motion-
Don't say it. Don't say it out loud.
Just dial it in.
Did y'all make a motion?
Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Right.
Okay, so the phone is his name.
Hello, sir. This is Mike Settle with the Aransas County Appraisal District. I just wanted to inform you that I know that you turned in your property owner's affidavit of evidence and your time was at 1:30, but you failed to call in. But we think that you had a miscommunication that you were supposed to call in. So I'm calling you now. Yeah, no problem. We can do, the board would like to hear you at this time if you're agreeable to do it right now. Okay. Okay, I want to inform you that because you're a confidential owner, it is very important that you do not affirm your name in any way. Okay? And the board has been made aware of that. So just do not say your name, and nobody here at the district nor the appraisal review board will say your name at any point in the hearing. Okay? Okay, I'm going to put you on speaker, or is it best to go through Zoom?
Well, we can't do that. You'll have to call the Zoom number to do that.
Okay.
So
Do you
put him on
have,
speakerphone. You just put him on speakerphone. Should be okay.
You just said we couldn't.
No, I'm saying we can't transfer him to Zoom. He can call the Zoom number.
yeah, I'm going to just transfer you to the speakerphone and hopefully everybody will be able to hear you, okay? Thank you. We're going to do it right now. Okay, here you are, sir.
Okay. Can you hear us all right?
Nope. I just hung up on him.
That wasn't very nice.
He's going to call. I'm going to call him right back. All right, don't say his name, anybody. Here we go. That's good. It's account number 57477.
Yeah, I got it, but it doesn't say his name on it.
All right, sir. Nobody heard that. Nobody.
Can you hear us now?
Nobody heard that.
He's not on yet. We got a answering machine.
Voicemail.
Nobody heard that.
No. Too much talking.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Don't say your name.
Okay, I was just trying to call y'all back.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear us?
Yes, I got
Very good. Well, we have some administrivia to take care of. Just follow along. We are opening a hearing on case number 2020-1015, account 57477. This hearing is being recorded. We are the Appraisal Review Board that will be hearing your protest today. Present on the board are Robert Dayton, Cindy Duck, Ramona LeBlanc, and myself, Charlie Powers. We do not work for the appraisal district. We are appointed to perform an independent review of your protest. The Comptroller's Office provides an electronic survey for you to offer feedback about your experience today that may be accessed at the appraisal district office or online at surveymonkey.com/r/survey-ARB. The survey is voluntary, but we do appreciate you taking it. You also have the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information will be provided to you with our determination. In accordance with Tax Code Section 4145H, all written material that has not been provided must be provided at this time. I understand that you have inputted all of your evidence. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Thank you. The ARB members who are considering your protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing affidavits to that effect. I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 4166F, and I'm located in the state of Texas.
I, Cindy Duck, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F, and I'm physically located in Texas.
I, Ramona LeBlanc, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F, and I'm signing to that effect, and I'm physically located in Texas.
My name is Bob Smith. I'm a notary public. I am witnessing the signatures of Charles Powers and Ramona LeBlanc, Cindy Duck, and Robert Dayton via Zoom, and I'm physically located in Texas.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath. I am assuming that the protester is under oath as he has signed an affidavit.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I, Burke, do solemnly swear or affirm the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
I am obligated to ask you, sir, if you hold an appraiser's license in the state of Texas.
No, sir, I do not.
Thank you. Do you have in front of you, or can you put your hands on the procedure times? It was.
Yes, sir.
Very good. And you get to choose. Do you go first, or does the district go first?
All right, stand by. I prefer to have the district go first, please.
In that case, Eamon, you have 5 minutes.
Okay, this account is 57477, single family residential home on Dove Drive. It was last year was noticed at 228,480. This year was noticed at 292,410. It is a 4 SS minus in class. And the note for this year says the change was because some of the property description was redrawn due to ongoing repairs and that kind of thing. And it had an effective age change due to a remodeling, rebuild, repairs after the storm, that sort of thing. The sales grid is sales of homes in this area. The first one is a 5FB that sold on Rattlesnake Point Road for $271,000. And another one's a 5SS that sold on Copano Cove Road for 418,000. And then a 5FB Plus that sold on Bufflehead for 369,000. The subject is a 4SS minus. What the main difference being that it's as far as how the house is designed and laid out, it's just more simplistic. It's just more normal. Because it's 4 is just totally middle of the road class. The indicated median value for the subject based on sales is 345,810, and they were noticed at 292,000. So we're way below market value, and it's this neighborhood's just, these houses are just crazy appreciating. But the next grid is the equity grid, which shows why our number is where it is when compared to other 3FB, 4SS, we have a 4FB plus and a 5FB minus, basically homes that are in a similar class. The median equity value is 284,506. So that's below our notice value. Basically, it's what it looks like whenever a place is struggling to get to market value because we're trying to do it equitably. Let's see here. The sales ratio report is for this area. We're at 1.03 weighted mean and a 0.98 average on sales in the last year. And I believe that is everything. I think that's everything. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Confidential, you get 2 minutes to cross-examine, and then you get 5 minutes to present. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you 7 minutes.
Okay, understood. The gentleman that just presented, what is your name, sir?
My name is Eamon Brooke.
All right, Mr. Brooke. The comps that you have for that, were those in good shape as far as their appraisals go? They had, functioning, everything was functioning in the house. Is that correct?
Let me see. Yes. Yeah, these are all just normal home sales.
Okay. And then all the property, were any of those have damage still from Harvey?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay. The bulkheads, these are all on canals, is that correct?
Ooh, that I don't know.
Okay.
An adjustment would be made if it was, but let me try and comp number 3 definitely is
Right, that's the bobblehead.
Rattlesnake Point and Copano Cove. I don't think so.
Okay. What was the number on Copano Cove?
105.
105. I think 105 is a canal lot.
Okay, yeah, you might be right. I can't tell from you.
Understood. So of those ones that are on the canal, were their bulkheads operational and still acting as performed and designed? Did they, or in other words, do you know if they had still damage from Harvey on their bulkheads or any boat lifts or fish cleaning houses or anything like that, or docks?
No, but I would say that when we're out describing these properties, if something does have a functional erosion resistant bulkhead or a boat lift or anything like that in this area, that would be something that's more abnormal than normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Understood. I passed the witness. I'm sorry. I have no more questions for this gentleman.
Okay.
Okay.
And
So
do you want to present all your stuff?
Everybody was provided with copies of the photographs. I think there were 3 pages, set of 4 photographs on each for a total of 12 photographs. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. That is current state of my bulkhead, the fish house, and also the boat lift, which is non-operational, and also a hazard. I have had quotes as little as 80,000 up to 120,000 to replace the bulkhead, and also the pier and the fish house and the boat lift itself. I think that has a value. I think that affects the resale value of this property. And I think that should be taken into consideration for the tax process. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And I understand that, things go up, and I'm a realist. I do get that, and understand that property values do go up. I just have an issue with them going up so high with the amount of damage, the amount of rebuild, that if I was to put the house on the market now, that would definitely be taken into consideration for any type of offer that I would have on the property. That would be, especially when you have a structure that is unsound and you can't utilize, like the boat lift, one of the pilings is damaged and cracked through. It's going to need to be torn down along with the fish cleaning station or fish house, along with the pier and everything else. I just think those things need to be taken into consideration as far as the overall value of the property goes.
Okay, so is that pretty much what you wanted to present?
Yes, ma'am. That's it. I'm easy when it comes to this.
Okay, so
I just wanted that's my point. Yes, ma'am.
okay. All right. So Eamon, now you've got 2 minutes to cross-examine and 2 minutes for rebuttal. And I just wanted to ask one thing. Can we go ahead? I mean, did this house have Hurricane Harvey codes on it?
For 2020, no.
No, for 19 or 18?
Yeah, I mean, every structure in the county got some kind of Harvey code. So we can see what this one was.
Yeah, I think that might be smart.
It should be in the property group code.
I would love to see what it was at.
No, just look at the property. It should be in there forever. The property group code.
875.
It was a 75, so it was damaged but livable. It was kind of the short version.
Okay.
Yeah, I will point out that the land has a negative adjustment on it, and it's probably for the shoreline. I think that's what it's from. But this lot has a negative land adjustment, and our boat slip value, it's only contributing $970 to this.
Boat slip or boat lift?
There is no boat lift on this account.
There's no boat lift. It's just the boat slip.
Yeah. So that's accounting for like $1,000, but just the equity grid is indicating a change of $8,000. It's like it's more than the difference the boat slip makes. Just the equity.
Right, but living on the water and living on a canal, and the whole purpose of having all that, the docks and the boat, places to dock boats, if those things aren't working, I mean, that's kind of why you pay or why you buy that house usually. I mean, I'm not saying what they're doing, but so those are important factors. And so if you're not able to use them, that's a problem.
Well, the indicated market value is $345. So that would leave, $60,000 to fix that.
Oh, I thought there was one number, because he marked both 1 and 2.
Yep.
Okay. And also those other canals, like, are those even in that same area?
Yeah. Yeah.
They are? I don't know where this is.
Oh, this is Copano Cove. So if you go down Rattlesnake Point Road, if you keep going, there's some canals and waterfront property that is, if you were in a boat, is right next to Copano Ridge. But if you're in a car, it's like a 15-minute drive.
Right.
So
But
Okay.
just west of Copano Ridge, but it's
Yeah,
behind
okay.
Rattlesnake Point. Yeah,
Okay.
it's around Salt Lake.
okay. So
Cindy,
he's
where are we?
got Eamon has district cross-examine and district rebuttal.
I thought that's what I was in. That's okay.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you were in that, but I mean, I wasn't going to use it up because I asked a question.
Oh, no, the only thing I was saying was that even if the value of the boat slip was taken out, the equity grid is indicating a bigger change than that anyway. And the land already has a negative adjustment in it for shoreline issues, I suppose.
Do you know what that is?
How big is the adjustment, Jackie?
Can you tell us how long it's been there?
It went from, it
It's,
should be valued at 126, it's valued at 81.9.
there you go. So it's got a 35% adjustment on the land.
Wait, but it went from $126 to $80?
81, yeah.
1,000. That's
Oh,
It's-
1,000.
81.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
just been done.
Yep.
Okay. What else, Eamon?
No, that's it. That's the only thing I was.
That's it? Okay. So now, Mr. Confidential, you have 2 minutes for rebuttal.
I'd like to thank the members of the appraisal district for the arbitration, the hearing, for their time today. I would just like to have the damage, because all that's going to have to be replaced eventually. And, even if I just put it on the market now, with that type of damage to it, with the bulkhead, all the complete bulkhead's going to have to be replaced across all the lots. The fish house, all that stuff's just going to have to be replaced. And I think that has a negative impact on the overall price that it would be. I know there's a dollar amount, attached to that, but that's why you live in Rockport. If you can't utilize, where you're living, then it doesn't have much value to anybody. And at this time, I've completed my arguments, and I really appreciate the time the appraisal district's given me. Thank you very much.
Okay, don't go away.
Okay.
Don't hang up. We're gonna
You still have
include this.
yes. All right. So, Eamon, you get 1 minute for your closing.
I have no closing.
So, protester, you have 1 minute closing.
Thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. I know y'all are doing your due diligence and keeping service to our community, and I appreciate that at this time. And whatever the court finds, I will definitely abide by.
Okay. And so now the appraisal review board, we get 5 minutes to discuss this and come up with our answer.
My view is that you start with the 284,500. That is the equity number. Take $1,000 off for the slip, make it 283,500.
I thought the same thing. Because they made an
283.
adjustment in the land already.
Right.
Okay.
The 283,500?
That's my idea. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I'd go with that.
everybody's good with that? Yes. Okay. So on account number 57477, based upon what we've heard from the appraisal district and from the property owner, and taking into consideration incorrect appraised market value and the possibility of the appraisal ratio exceeding the median level of appraisal, I make a motion that on account 57477, we lower the total value for 2020 on this property to $283,500.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Done. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Appreciate your
Thank
time.
you, sir.
If you would fill out a survey, we'd appreciate it.
You know I will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Have a
sir.
good one.
You take care. Have a good day.
Uh-huh,
Appreciate
you
your time.
too.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, now, Eamon,
Yeah.
just not on this case, just on any case. So do y'all, let's just say you had a Harvey code, it got pulled off because you thought it was done, but it wasn't. At this point, would the appraisal district reapply it, or would they just do a special adjustment and make note of why?
Yeah, it would go on as a regular, either physical adjustment or a percent complete or
Right.
Yeah, probably either a physical or a percent complete, one of the two, depending on the outlook of how likely it is to be done. But the
Okay.
Harvey code thing is a thing of the past. Hopefully, we don't have to do those ever again.
I agree. Okay, I mean, I was just kind of curious.
Yeah, no, our system, our software people did not, they didn't give us any sort of help in working with those or having the system calculate them correctly. It was kind of, everything was done manually for the last 2 years.
You're kidding me. The software didn't do it automatically?
Really, they refused to do it for legality reasons. So there was every homestead over 65 freeze and freeze break and everything has been done like by hand.
You need a new software company. Look,
Yeah,
is anybody
yes.
else there for the 130?
I believe that's it for the 130.
Okay, thank
We
you.
have people at 3.
Are they there or do we have affidavits?
One phone.
Let me go check with Val.
Okay.
I love the name on page 8 at the bottom, the last one that's at 3. I just
Real
love that.
local?
Yeah, I just like that name.
Well, does Macaulay packed up?
We're getting there. You know, he's looking forward to it, but there's also, you know, he just kind of wants to, I don't know, pretend like, I don't know, like he wants to get in the car and drive up there, but the preparation and all that is not so fun, which of course we all know it's a pain, but you gotta do it.
Okay, this is our next hearing, and we just transferred him back to the boardroom because he has not been able to get through on Zoom. So I'm gonna put him on speaker and then I'll let you know which case it is.
Okay.
This is the appraisal review board hearing.
Okay, hang on. I've got Mr. Johnson. Here he is.
All right.
All right.
Hello.
All right. Yeah. So we've got the property owner here on speakerphone present.
Yeah.
It's case number 589, account number 65013.
Okay. We're all here.
Rio Loco.
Oh,
Okay.
All righty.
Who am I speaking to? Hello?
No,
Who am I speaking to?
this is for Rio Local LLC. My name is Dalton.
Amos. Thank you very much. This is Charlie Powers. We're going to have to go through some preliminaries here. Just bear with us for a minute.
Okay.
We're opening a hearing on case ID 2020-589, account 65013. This hearing is being recorded. We are the Appraisal Review Board that will be hearing your protest today. Present via Zoom is myself, Charles Powers, Cindy Duck, Robert Dayton, and Ramona LeBlanc. We do not work for the Appraisal District. We are appointed to perform an independent review of your protest. The Comptroller's Office provides an electronic survey for you to offer feedback about your experience today that may be accessed at the Appraisal District Office or online at surveymonkey.com/r/surveyarb. Survey is voluntary. You also have the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information will be provided to you with our determination. In accordance with Tax Code Section 4145H, all written material that has not been provided must be provided at this time. Amos, have we got all your evidence? Amos?
Dalton.
It's Mr. Dalton.
Mr. Dalton?
Yes,
Do we have all your evidence?
I couldn't quite understand you. There's a little bit of ringing in the phone. What did you say again?
Do we have all of your evidence?
yes.
Very good, thank you. ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing affidavits to that effect. Find it. I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 4166F, and I'm located in the state of Texas.
I, Cindy Duck, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
Robert? Robert?
There we go. I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F, and I am physically located in Texas.
I, Ramona LeBlanc, do solemnly swear I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F, and I'm signing to that effect, and I'm physically located in Texas.
My name's Val Smith. I'm a notary public. I am witnessing Mr. Powers, Ms. LeBlanc's, Mr. Dayton's, and Ms. Duck's signatures via Zoom, and I am physically located in Texas.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath. Mr. Dalton, I'm assuming that you are under oath for the duration of this hearing as you sign the affidavit. Do you understand?
I understand.
Thank you.
I, Amy Burke, do solemnly swear or affirms the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
I do.
That was me swearing in, just so.
Mr. Dalton, do you have a Texas appraiser's license in the state of Texas?
Do I have what?
An appraiser's license?
No.
Okay. Do you have in front of you, or can you put your hands on the procedure times for this hearing? It was page 5 in the package that came from the district.
Yeah, I'm in New Mexico, so I didn't have any. I just got that stuff not too long ago, so it was postponed. But I found what y'all said, but the only evidence I have is a letter that you have that I wrote about
Okay, wait, hold up. Okay, we're going to assume that we'll just walk you through it as you go. Do you want to speak first, or do you want the district to speak first?
The district can.
Okay, Eamon.
Okay, the property is account 65013. It's a commercial property on 3036, consisting of a row of storage buildings, like some boat storage sheds, and then there is a small facility up front. Good commercial frontage on it, but that's what it is. It was part of our change to income valuation for boat storages. This property used to have be used as actually a seafood company. This was Fulton Seafood back in the day. But nowadays, the primary use of it is for those little boat storages, and then it just has some, extra land. So if you look at the income calculation worksheet, the net rentable area is 6,300 square feet. That is the area of the storage buildings. The rent rate is $4 a foot per year, and it was given 15% expense or vacancy and 45% expenses, rendering a net operating income per year of $11,781. And if you just take that renders a capitalized value of $134,000 roughly. And then there's $84,000 of excess land value, which is the land that's not required strictly for the boat storages. Just, it's still a significant portion of the value of this property is it's just a lot. So it ends up being 218,590 for the whole property. And if you look on the next page, the equity grid shows other boat storage facilities were treated the same way, with $4 rent rate, 15% vacancy, 45% expenses, the same cap rate. And that last comp there, 70002, has an excess land value as well. So this one was calculated the same way. And that's it. That's, you know, our opinion of value is just basically that there's boat storages and some land, and that's about it.
Okay, so sir, now you get 2 minutes to cross-examine and then you get 5 minutes to present. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you 7 minutes, okay?
Okay. Yeah, that I got mixed up on there because you said the property name was Seafood, Fulton Seafood, which I never heard of, so I don't know anything what it's about. It says something about taxes for a cooler, and I don't know anything about a cooler. And the extra land is there. That's just so when people put their boats in there, they got enough room to drive up and back the boats into it. And like I said, I'm not sure about how y'all calculate what you get for them. I know the boat barn guy, the guy that has all the boat barns, he gets a lot more money than I get for them. Mine aren't as big. And like I said in there, I have 18 stalls, and 8 of them rent for $90 a month, and 10 of them rent for $100 a month, and one is used just to store extra furniture in. And my main concern is that in years past, I've had a 75 to 90% occupancy, but since this year, since the coronavirus, half my renters have vacated their units because they either lost their jobs or their businesses, or they weren't able to come to Rockport because they couldn't get the boat, they couldn't use the boat slips or the whatever, various different things. But anyway, half of them are not even used right now, and that's the main thing I was saying. I just think that it's overvaluated because of the situation, and also I've looked at actually the boat, I think you call it the boat barns or whatever it is, that big one, and they're all considerably way bigger and more sophisticated than mine is, with all the concrete and the asphalt, the asphalt around for parking their cars, their trailers and stuff like that. I don't think that mine is of the same quality as theirs. That's the reason I don't get as much money for them. I guess that's about all I've got to say.
The cost value.
Okay, and I'm sorry, can you just okay, 18 stalls?
19 stalls. I rent 18 of them, and one of them I use to store furniture and various odds and ends and everything down in that area. I have a house down in there that I didn't even protest from y'all, and some of the storage that I have of various different things, I keep that stall empty in case I need it. And like one time, I've used it mainly because a friend of mine that lives there all the time, there was a storm coming in, and he came and put his car in there. So I just want them empty for emergency.
Okay, I just wanted to confirm, and it's 18 stalls at $90 a month, and one for $100 a month.
No, ma'am. I mean,
No.
8 of them I get $90 a month, and 10 of them I get $100 a month.
Thank you. Okay. All right, cool. All right, so now the district gets 2 minutes to cross-examine and 2 minutes for rebuttal.
Okay, so this boat storage is a little bit different than the others as far as how the account was appraised. The boat storages were put on their income value, and then there's a little building up front next to 3036, and that actually isn't being picked up at all on the income appraisal. The reason being, it's not really a commercial building, So it's as much of a liability as it is an asset. So it's rendering a net nothing on the whole market. Basically, the best thing to do with this lot is to put a business that actually uses the frontage of 3036, probably fill the whole place up with boat storages. So, but the thing is, if we put it even back on cost, so we didn't do this one on income at all, and just put the improvements in the land together, it's 215,000. And on the income basis, it's 218. So, I mean, the values end up being the same. They're not really, it's not really going anywhere. So if this one wasn't put on income, the notice value would have been about the same.
So what about his income on compared to what you have?
What I'm saying is, even if his income was zero, just the improvements in the land is at cost puts it at 215.
But wait, so some of
I
them,
mean, but he doesn't have a cooler, and you're charging him 2,000 on it.
It's called a cooler, but like that whole structure is 80 grand for all the improvements, the warehouse facility and everything else.
I'm sorry, Eamon, I don't know which building you're talking about. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Just pull up the
It's
picture.
the one right on 35.
This is on 35?
Yep.
I mean, 3036, sorry.
Lines off or something. That's really disorienting.
To answer your question, Ramona, the property owner, the information that he gave on his income is very close to what Eamon's used, slightly less, but very close.
No, the one that's the second one. Yeah.
Now, what about that ditch behind? What's that?
That is a drainage ditch. It's not on the.
That's been there.
That's not on the property. It's an easement. It's a closure of 10th Street.
Okay.
Cindy, where are we on time?
We're still in Eamon's time, his 2 and 2. He's got like another minute.
I'm happy to answer any more questions. I mean, like I said, this one the value didn't really change on the income basis because the income is just from the boat storages. And so the building in the front doesn't matter. But if you do it on cost, then the building in the front goes on and you just end up at the same place.
But
I just out of curiosity.
Go on, Ramona. Go on.
Go ahead, Cindy.
No, I'm done.
Out of curiosity, Eamon, when you notified these people, these boat storage people, about value for this year, did you break it down land and improvements? Or did you just say it based on the income approach this year?
So it displays really weird.
Notices went out.
It displays really weird on everybody's notices. It's not just our county, every county in the state that sends out notices. The income value looks really funny on the notice because what it does is it takes the income value, the whole number, and then it displays it as whatever the land value is, and then the balance of that number is listed as improvements, even though there isn't, the land and improvements are all just part of an income value. So it displays really weird because the law is that way.
That's why I just think that's very misleading to people. They see this and then when they get their notification and it shows land and improvement and you're treating them on the income level. But I just
they'll get used to it. I mean, every other
that doesn't set right with me.
Well, it's a matter of dealing with the fact that the law is not written for notices. It's not written to make any kind of changes for an income property. The law is all written to protect homeowners. So we don't get to change how those notices look. And that's what they look like in every county. Like they're the same everywhere else. Nobody sends out a special income notice.
Well, I mean, did you tell anybody that we were doing it this way this year?
I think that's illegal.
Or was that just surprise? Here you go.
Yeah, the notice of appraised value is the notice, because the actual bill they get comes in, October, November. So that notice, we checked with our attorney to talk about, if we should talk about this kind of thing, and we can't. So
You
we
can?
no.
You can't give people a heads up that.
Hey, guys, this is interesting, but how does it relate?
Okay, so
to this?
now, okay, Charlie, okay. So now we're at the property owners, 2 minutes for rebuttal. So there you go.
Okay, am I on now?
Yes.
Your turn.
Sir.
Yeah, that property is, a long time ago, if you look on the property, the original property where the drainage ditch is, that shows that, I think it says 10th Street. And that was supposed to be a street, but because of the drainage problems in Rockport, the county or whoever's in charge of that part of it, took the street away and put the drainage ditch in. I bought that property in 2007 for $50,000. And the reason why it was $50,000 versus a lot more is because it's so narrow. There's no way you could put a motel, you couldn't put a building, you couldn't put anything in, because that drainage ditch is on one side and the property is very narrow. It's long, it goes from one street to another, but it's very narrow. And you couldn't put, about the only thing you could put on there is a boat stall, because nothing else would work because of the way the property is set up. And you couldn't get to it, you couldn't have parking, you couldn't put a drive-in restaurant, you couldn't put a motel, you couldn't put anything in there. So it's not really evaluated like some type of commercial property along that area that would be very valuable if you could put a motel or something like that. That's the reason why I bought it, to put the boat stalls on there, because that's the only possible thing it could be for. And what I was saying is too, and like I said, I paid $50,000 for the property, and the boat stalls, it cost me $130,000. I'm looking at the figures right now, $132,000 to build it. And that was in 2007. And I actually, after taxes and insurance and what I got, and have to pay a guy to watch after for me and everything, I probably make about maybe $1,000 a year net profit on her, roughly. But I just haven't, just because I can't sell them. I tried to sell them and nobody wants to buy them. And I guess, and like I said, since this year, this is a strange year. I feel extremely sorry for the restaurant owners and the motel owners, because their business has been hurt a lot worse than mine. But anyway, it hasn't brought any money in this year at all.
Okay.
And I think that the valuation, because of it being commercial property, I think it's way overvaluated.
Okay. All right. So, got it. Thank you, sir. So now the district gets 1 minute closing.
Just to be clear about the cost thing, if let's say it's $50,000 for the land in 2007, and then there was 130,000 for the building, so you're at 180. And if you look at the account from 2007 to 2020, the land value on this property has increased $25,000. So we're back to about 210,000. I mean, this property is not overvalued. This thing is not going to sell for less than 200,000. Whether you're doing it because it's a boat storage or just because it's a nice piece of land on 3036. What I'm saying is we could just completely not do it on income, and the value doesn't really change. This is what it was valued at cost. This one was almost unaffected by the income change.
That all you have, Eamon?
Yes, sorry, I forgot that was a.
Okay. And did the land there just have a little bit of a bump up as far as the whole area?
Well, it's had a bump up in the last 15 years.
Well, no, I'm just saying from last year to this year, what drove that?
I don't know.
Income.
Yes.
Moving this to income changed the value of this property by $3,000.
Okay. All right. So now, sir, you've got 1 minute to do your closing.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand the question.
Okay, so you have 1 minute now to do your final closing to us.
I don't have the figures right in front of me. I have them in another folder, and unfortunately, they're not where I am right now. But when I looked at it, I thought that I may be mistaken, but I thought that the value of the property went up considerably. I know it went down some because of the hurricane, but I'm talking about prior to the hurricane. I think that the property went up quite a bit. I don't remember what that 2 years ago that value was.
What was the value in 2016? I'm going to get you the market value in 2016 was 207,310. That was before the hurricane.
Okay, so it was at 207,000, then it was at 200,000 last year, and this year it's at 218.
Yes.
And you're saying that you did not, that extra building up front that's square, that isn't, that because this is commercial, that isn't even being considered because it's actually a negative.
No, when you're doing an income valuation, that building isn't considered. If you're doing it on cost, it's still there. You gotta pick it up.
Got it.
But when you're looking at this from an income generating thing, that's not generating any kind of money. The only thing that's valuable there is the land underneath it.
Got it. Okay. Very good. So now the appraisal review board, we have 5 minutes to discuss this.
Amy, your argument of cost versus income being the same, with that notwithstanding, you have a 15% vacancy rate, and I believe he said he had only 50% occupancy.
Yes.
So
Can you tell me what in general, what the effect on the bottom line might be if you took the lesser occupancy rate?
Yeah, I can't figure that out in a vacuum. But even if it moves it a little bit, like I said, the cost value is $3,000 under. So you could just completely say, don't do this on income, just do it on cost, and your bottom line is 215 anyway.
Wait, so you, like some properties you do on cost and some you do on income, whichever has a higher value, that I don't know, I don't understand.
No.
Okay, so you use market rates to get an income value. You don't use actuals, you use market rates, right? If somebody's actuals, or if the overall market ends up being this property is worth more as a building than as income generation, that's how it's valued. That's what it is.
So you think this would drop below the cost value if you actually took his actuals?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, its value is it's fine to value this on cost because it's not. It's
So
basically under
215.
as a boat barn.
215 is the floor.
Yes.
Okay. I got it.
Yeah, the property owner's income, Charlie, is very close to what Eamon had. It was 20,650 if he had 100% occupancy.
Right, it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Versus the 21,420.
Yeah.
And he did have higher occupancy at the first of the year.
Right. Yeah, I'm good with the floor at 215.
I am too.
Yeah, I am. I'd go for that.
Let's have a motion.
I was just checking to see if Ramona didn't have something to say.
I don't have anything.
based upon, on account number 65013, based upon what we've heard from the property owner and from the district, I make a motion. Oh, and taking into consideration the incorrect appraised market value and the appraisal ratio exceeding the median level of appraisal, I make a motion that we lower the 2020 value to 215,000.
Second,
I'll second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Done. Case
Okay.
closed. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Am I through now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
If
that's,
you
we'll be
ask
getting,
if
we'll be
he
getting
works,
a
please.
letter explaining the determination, giving you your order, and it has a survey in it that you can fill out of your experience.
Hey, Eamon, will you please ask him if he heard the
I appreciate their
determination?
time. I was on the Kendall County Appraisal Board about 15 years ago, and it's not a fun thing to be. And I know all about that.
All right, did y'all hear that?
Fill out
Yes.
a survey.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a good one.
Okay. Eamon, do we have anybody else?
Yes, we have case number 2020-1529. They are coming in person. It's actually just Mr. Rivera, I believe, will speak, but someone's with him, and so they're going to come in also, and they'll sign the oath.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to go get them.
All right.
Oh,
Charlie, I'm sorry, the thing it went in and out. So Charlie, if you could please tell me the account number we're doing, I couldn't hear it.
It's case number 15.
1529. Hey, Charlie, we need to ask the homeowner what he's protesting here. I mean, it's just mark Q5, so.
Okay.
The, let's see, never mind.
The protest form?
Yeah, he's just
Yeah,
got,
it's just Q5. Right? Huh.
it's Q1 on the affidavit.
Structural damage down in section 4.
disposable, even if we forgot I had iPads, dryer sheets.
Oh, you do have you've got those?
No, that's on my list.
Wait, let me find my mute, because actually, hold up.
There'll be a table to your right, and you'll sit there. All the board members are off premises, but they're zoomed in.
Oh, okay.
The appraisal district representative is
Hi.
here,
So where do we sit?
right over
Over
here.
there.
So this is Mr. Frank Rivera.
Mr. Rivera, this is Charlie Powers. How do you do?
He's up there. Yeah, here.
Oh.
Welcome.
He's talking there. Those are the board members.
We have a little administrivia to take care of before we get down to the heart of the matter. Just follow along with us. I have some questions along the way, okay?
You're probably clicking me.
Can you hear me?
Pick up thing.
Hear him?
Can you hear him?
Can you hear him?
Yeah, can you go a little higher because I'm a little deaf, even with a hearing aid.
Our volume is turned up all the
It's
way,
all the
so,
way.
but he's having a little bit of trouble hearing.
Okay, I can't fix that from here. You guys got to fix that in there.
No, we're maxed out.
It's as loud as it'll get.
Okay. We're opening a hearing on case number 2020-1529, account 24105. This hearing is being recorded. We are the appraisal review board that will be hearing your protests today. Present via Zoom are myself, Charles Powers, Cindy Duck, Robert Dayton, and Ramona LeBlanc. We do not work for the appraisal district. We are appointed to perform an independent review of your protest. At the end of the hearing, you may complete a survey regarding your experience. The survey may be completed using survey form and emailed to ptad.communications@cpa.texas.gov or online at surveymonkey.com/r/surveyarb. Survey is voluntary, although we do encourage you to take it. You also have the right to appeal our decision. Appeal information will be provided to you with our determination. In accordance with Tax Code Section 4145H, all written material that has not been provided must be provided at this time. Do we have all of your evidence?
Yes.
Very good. ARB members who are considering the protest have not communicated with anyone about the protest and are signing an affidavit to that effect. I, Charles Powers, do solemnly swear I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 4166F, and I am in the state of Texas.
I, Cindy Duck, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F.
I, Robert Dayton, do solemnly swear that I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F, and I am physically located in Texas.
I, Ramona LeBlanc, do solemnly swear I have not communicated with another person in violation of Tax Code Section 41.66F, and I'm signing to that effect, and I'm physically located in Texas.
My name is Val Smith. I'm a notary public. I am witnessing Mr. Powers, Ms. Stuck's, Mr. Dayton's, and Ms. LeBlanc's signatures via Zoom, and I'm physically located in Texas.
All testimony from all witnesses must be given under oath.
Okay, so what you each need to do is state your name and then read this affidavit here.
Okay. My name is Jeanette Kane. I do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct. Say your name first. Say your name first.
You can say your name and then start here.
I do solemnly swear or affidavit that the testimony shall presented to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
Your name.
Hmm?
Your name.
For Frank Rivera.
And I, Eamon Burke, do solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony I shall present to the Appraisal Review Board for the Aransas County Appraisal District is true and correct.
I'm obligated to ask you folks if either of you holds a Texas appraiser license.
No, I do not.
So,
Answer the question.
Do you have an appraiser's license in the state of Texas? He's required to ask.
what did
Do you have an appraiser license?
No.
Okay.
No.
He says no.
Okay, thank you. Do you have in front of you, glued to the table, a chart that lists the procedure times for the hearing that we're about to have? You have that? You see that?
Yes.
Okay. You get to choose whether you go first or the district goes first.
You get to choose if you want to go first, let the district go first.
The what?
Do you want to go, look at this, do you want to go first or let the district go first?
Yes.
Which one? The district go first or you go first? I'm talking.
It doesn't matter. You just pick.
The what?
One of us gets to present first, you or us, and it doesn't matter. It's up to you. You pick.
Keep going.
Okay. So he's opted for us to go first. So I'll
I got it. I got it. Go ahead.
All right. So now what happens is I'm given that 5 minutes to present, and then there will be some back and forth. You know, same sort of thing. You see it right in front of you. So this is-
Eamon, before you get started, the protest form checked temporary disaster damage, and section 4 says structural damage. And those are the only things checked and marked.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it.
Okay.
Okay, this is account 24105. It's a single family residential home. It's a manufactured home in Holiday Beach. It's on Lakeview. This is the east side of Holiday Beach, if I'm remembering correctly. This is on the east side of the 35, right, Jackie? Okay. All right, just making sure. Yeah, okay. All right, and the property was noticed at 44,470. The living area is 1,677 square feet. This property just heavily depreciated from an already pretty low number. If you look at the sales comps, these are homes that sold in, these kind of semi-rural areas in Aransas County. The first one's on Lakeview, and it's a 4FB plus. So that one is near it, right? And it sold for $133,000, which indicates for the subjective value of $75,000. But if you look at the next three comps, the issue is these are all mobile homes. So if we just look at this for a second, just look at the land and then the sale prices, and the rest of it is just the mobile home. So the first one's on Palmetto. It's has a land value of $37,000, and they bought a mobile home on it for $150,000. And then the next one is a land of $26,000. They bought a mobile home on it for $140,000. And the next one's on Lone Star Road on $44,000 worth of land. They bought a mobile home for $120,000. And these things are, their initial ages, it's like 1999, 2008, 2002. I mean, just these are just really good examples of the crazy value of mobile homes, old mobile homes here in this county. The indicated value for the subject is $75,551. Our noticed value was $44,470. The next grid is our equity grid, and that's why. If you look at how we're valuing other mobile homes, these things were just depreciating as time goes on. The median indicated equity value is $48,741. So we're well below the market on these things, but you know, for equity reasons, this one was noticed at $44,470. And I will note that as far as we know, this property should be livable, but in a condition that shows that it's 50, you know, it's 47% depreciated. So its effective age is 1996. That's pretty old for a mobile home. But it is reflective of the idea that you should be able to live in it. If not, that would be new information. The sales ratio report is for Holiday Beach, and we are at 96% in Holiday Beach. And that's all of our evidence.
Okay, so sir, you'll have 2 minutes to cross-examine, and then you will have 5 minutes to present your evidence. So you have a total of 7 minutes.
When I bought the property 7 years ago, 6 years ago,
I can't hear.
it was not a property, it was not livable, you know what I mean? There was trash. The walls were all, you know, everything was torn inside. Had to put a new roof. You can see, I showed you how much I paid for that property. $2,000. Who would sell a house for $2,000? It's not livable, you know what I mean? We put a lot, we put some money just to make, but it took us 4 years to make it livable. But now when we got it livable, the storm hit. And it even caused more problems because the roof was demolished and everything inside got wet. We had to put new carpet and new roof and everything else. But the real damage was that it split the trailer because you got 2 trailers. It split them up in the middle. And I cannot get nobody come and do it. We've been calling people and everything else and nobody wants to come over because they know that if they tighten those anchors to the bottom, it's going to open it more. So it's not going to make it stable. But yet, what I'm getting at is, when I bought that property, everything was gutted inside. We had to get sheetrock guy to come and sheetrock it, paint it, put carpet, put floor, whatever it had to be done. The trash inside there was about 6 foot full of trash. It was like more like a dump. The garage, the same thing. And when the storm hit the other day, it tore out like 6 trees. I still got the trunks from the back. And right now, the tree that is in front of the house is leaning. The roots are out. So it's not good at all. My point is that what I pay for it and what I have put on it, it doesn't amount to, you know what I mean, to $44,000. Because that house is, you know what I mean? Imagine going home yesterday. We went home and she went to the garbage and it was full of ants. The other day we had roaches. And a certain time of the year, we get frogs, green frogs inside.
Don't
Or
kill them.
they come into the cracks. So it does cause, cause problems for us. But we stay there, you know what I mean? Because what's the use of getting a motel there at $196, whatever, because we did it when the storm came in. But, what else? I know the properties around are selling, you know what I mean? But if an appraiser would come to the house and see what the problems are, they would not qualify anybody for any loans. That's what I'm getting at. That's why, you know what I mean, last time we lowered the price on appraisal for the simple reason that the yard was all messed up and everything, but you know, what I tried to do is try to keep upkeeping. But it's getting very difficult because that thing is 25 years old. Thank you.
Okay, so now, the district gets 2 minutes to cross-examine and 2 minutes for rebuttal.
I just want to point out that if you look at comp number 2 on Palmetto, that is a 5D 28 plus. So it's a double wide mobile home that was built in 2002 and it sold for $150,000. Comp number 4 was built in 1999 and it sold for $120,000. People are loaning money on these. Your house isn't in perfect condition. If it was, your house should be sold for in the 120s. As is, like literally as is, it's worth over $90,000. If you offered this to anybody right now for $50,000, including myself, I'd move heaven and earth to buy this thing for $50,000. It's not
their mobile home.
Yeah, I would happily take this for that. Absolutely. Like not, I wouldn't even flinch because this is as is. This is $90,000 to $95,000 worth of home. There's homes in this neighborhood that are half this size, that are half as complete. They're like, they don't have floors, they don't have cabinets, and they're being sold for over $90,000. And it's literally half the size of this. So it's just, this property is hugely undervalued as is, but that's the problem is, look, these are mobile homes. This is what people are paying for mobile homes in Aransas County, $120,000 to $150,000. These are 20-year-old mobile homes on $30,000 worth of land. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I think your 44,000 is way under market. It's just, you know, equity-wise, that's where we have to be, but yeah, I'm not just saying that. I would be over the moon to have this place for $44,000. Because you know, you put 25 grand into it and $25,000-$30,000 and it's in great shape. There's no way you could buy a house here for less than 100. No way. Nothing you could live in. So, anyways.
Another thing, I used to sell real estate. And if I was to appraise my house, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? The price would be a lot lower than, you know, the 90,000 or whatever, you know what I mean? And if I turn it into, you know, a mortgage company, we're gonna have a lot of problems. Because they, you know, they'll send somebody to inspect the house, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I think that might be part of the problem. The part of the problem is that's not happening. People are getting loans for $150,000 on these things. Like that's just not happening. You know, I don't know how long ago was that when you were doing that kind of work? Is that like the late 80s?
When were you in real estate? What years were you in?
I was in real estate from 80 to 1980.
Yeah. So you had just been through the savings and loan crisis, and that created a lot of regulation where that kind of thing was tightened up on, it's gone back to the same problem. People are loaning money on these things like crazy. But I mean, our value on it is depreciated. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I think we're low, honestly, even as it is. But that's all. I don't really have anything else to add.
Okay, so sir, now you have 2 minutes for rebuttal, and then you'll both go into your closing. So you now have 2 minutes for rebuttal.
You have 2 minutes to rebuttal. You have 2 minutes to talk.
To ask questions.
Questions, whatever.
Oh, yeah. See whatever.
I don't know what question I asked, you know what I mean, because the reason I'm here, because, you know, that house is in dire conditions right now as it is. I cannot get insurance. I tried to get some insurance. When the hurricane almost hit here, I was lost. You know, because of the insurance company, the one that insured me before, they know the damage. And they said, we cannot sell you the insurance anymore. For the simple reason that we have in the report that trailer split out. When we put the carpet, there was about 1.5 inches open on the floor, which is not good at all. That's where all the insects are coming in from. So that's the only reason that you know what I mean? Because, you know, when I bought that house property, I only paid $2,000. Plus, you know what I mean? They owe like $6,000 in property tax. I paid it out. So for somebody to sell something for $2,000, you can't find even a house here to sell you for $2,000.
Mhm.
But it has to be, you know what I mean? He was in dire condition.
Okay, so now, excuse me, now the district has 1 minute for closing.
I have no closing. I'm good.
Okay, sir, now you have 1 minute closing.
State your case.
Huh?
Just state your case.
Yeah, you have a minute for closing. Yeah.
I don't know what to add to it, you know, because I thought I'd make everything clear. Just that I try to keep the property clean. Before that, I used to get the environment or whatever they come inspect the property, the grass needs to be cut, the trees needs to be trimmed and all that great stuff. So we try to make it look nice, you know what I mean? So you can be the nicest person, but inside you got cancer or whatever, you know what I mean? There's something definitely wrong.
Okay, all right, so now the appraisal review board has 5 minutes to discuss.
Eamon, can you tell me how you came about an increase of $19,000 on the improvements?
Right?
Sure. Jackie, did they have a Harvey code last year?
Yeah, 20%.
Yeah, so it was, and then go to the land real quick. I just want to see year over year if the land is the same or if the land moved at all.
The land value did not change.
Okay. Yeah, so last year it was 20% good. What's that?
25.
25% good physical adjustment last year.
I thought it was.
Now, do you believe from what you've heard today that that's changed at all?
Yes, that's under the impression that the place needs to be demolished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be demolished. It needs to be repaired and lived in.
Have you gone into it?
No, of course I haven't been in it. We make a habit of not going into people's homes.
I know, but he testified under oath on those things.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that.
And we have pictures. Mr. Rivera,
Sold. I'll take it. $50,000. I'll take it.
Mr. Rivera,
Yes.
have you gotten an estimate on having anything repaired on this?
No, I cannot get nobody to come and repair it. You know, we tried like crazy, but I had one after the storm. they came and checked, the tie downs, that's what I was worried more about anything else. And he said, I'm not gonna touch it. Because if we put the tie downs, you're gonna split it more. Because the tie downs, they pull that from the sides. They put them on the sides all the way around. So I said, we're not gonna touch it.
Mm-mm.
So
Yeah.
that's the reason that I cannot get insurance. Imagine that you put it at 40,000 and the store.
Okay, all right. He answered our letter.
I
He
was just
answered.
asking a question.
Robert, what do you think?
I think despite the condition that this thing is pretty reasonably valued, I would say if you want to knock another 10% off the improvements or something for obsolescence or depreciation, you could do that. But I think Eamon's right. People are paying a lot of money for these. And I know it's not a great home, but it is habitable. And
I don't know. I haven't been in it. I mean, I think they're living in it
I'm
because
sorry,
it's what
I didn't
they
mean to keep
have.
talking while you interrupted me.
Well, I just think that there's a gap in the floor. I mean, if you look at the pictures, I think, that ain't cool.
I realize it's not a great house, but it's not a high value either.
Gotta realize another thing, guys.
The thing that troubles me is that pulling the Harvey Code off without anything being done to the property.
Right.
I mean, it's in the same condition it was in after Harvey, probably worse.
Because it's just sitting there.
Yeah, because it's just sitting there deteriorating. I have a lot of trouble with that $19,000.
There's Harvey.
I do too. I have a lot of problem with it.
I mean, I could be convinced to mark some of that difference down. What would you suggest? Half of it?
Yeah. I could go for half of it.
Okay. I could go for that.
All right, so that would be like 9,000 to last year's. 9, 5, 14, 34. 34,000.
I'd be okay with 34,000.
Yeah, I could go for that. Yeah.
Motion?
Right, and that's for the
Make
total
the
property.
motion.
That's for the total. Go ahead.
I'm making a motion. Oh, go ahead, Cindy.
Go ahead, Ramona. I'll quit because I'm
Oh, go ahead.
going to get this investigated. Go ahead.
Ramona, you gonna make it?
Cindy's making it right now.
Oh, okay.
I make a motion on account number 24105, based upon what we've heard from the appraisal district and from what we've heard from the property owner, taking into consideration several different other issues which do affect the total valuation on this property. I believe that we should make on 24105 account that we should lower the total value of the property to 34,000.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Folks, it's $34,000. And we are done.
All right.
You'll get a document in the mail showing what we did.
Yes. That we don't live here. We don't live, that's how we come in once a month. Once every 4 months. We spend a month or 3 weeks here. Because we're from out of state.
Uh-huh.
So if we can bear for 3 weeks here, but nice, but you know, every time she sees a roach or whatever that goes inside the house or a frog, she just gets paranoid. She sleeps with a rate by the bed. The other
Okay,
day was spiders, so I don't know.
okay.
Mr.
Well,
Rivera?
thank you very much.
Okay,
We're done.
y'all out.
Is there somebody else waiting?
No.
They were in there?
Maybe next
Yes,
time
they're
we
present for
won't
the
have a
hearing. So we don't have any more hearings. I'll double check that, but I don't believe we do. And I'll be back in with a letter.
Okay.
Are y'all ready? I'll see you out.
Can we get the piece of paper that I gave you this morning?
Let's see, so you gave us,
Where I bought the property for $2,000?
isn't that the one you gave me?
Yes,
When you paid this now?
You have to take.
Right, I gave it back. Okay.
If you're really interested, and I'm not kidding. You know, I need your help.
Yeah.
Do that. We finished right in time for my scotch.
That's a good thing. And you don't have to travel far to get there.
Don't have to travel at all. Couple of steps.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
Don't have to wait for the air conditioning to cool down. I'm liking
No.
this better. I'm liking this better every day.
Right? It's not a bad gig
Nope.
sitting at home.
Cindy doesn't like it because she can't get her M&Ms.
Almond Joys.
Hey, I had to go and buy my own lifesavers the other day.
Oh, bummer.
Seeing y'all over there eating candy, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to get candy for myself.
We got a couple of letters to read, guys,
One.
Yeah.
or one.
Wait. We're just waiting on you.
Okay. I don't know how y'all want to do it via Zoom. I mean, but if you want me to send these in paper form, I can do that where you can just also
Right.
look at it.
Why don't you just read them like you
Okay.
did yesterday? Yeah.
All right. This letter came in certified. It was mailed on August 7th. We received it today. It's dated August 7th, and it's from Catharterio LLC out of Dallas, Texas. It's addressed to Mr. Charles Powers, and it's regarding 16 Albatross Lane, Rockport, Texas, ID 69816, lists the GOID, 2020 property value protest reschedule communication delays and/or errors from Aransas County Appraisal District, request to reschedule, and via certified mail return receipt requested. August 7th, 2020. Dear Mr. Powers, as advised by Barbara at the Aransas County Appraisal District today, we are writing to request a rescheduled date for our ARB hearing for which we did not receive notification. This request falls within the permitted grace period of 4 days following an unnotified scheduled hearing. We have been experiencing ongoing certified mail delivery delays from ACAD and communication errors within the ACAD office. We have not received the requested certified notices for a hearing or rescheduled hearing prior to their occurrences. A copy of our original protest mailed via certified mail on June 17th is enclosed. On July 14th, approximately 1 day before the unknown scheduled hearing,
Ms. Smith telephoned a third party who forwarded Ms. Smith's voice message to us to contact her. When we spoke, Ms. Smith stated that the certified hearing notice letter had not been delivered, parentheses, per the USPS tracking system, end parentheses. She added that the certified hearing notice had been mailed on June 29th for a hearing approximately 2 weeks later. She assured us that because no supporting information had been submitted and the certified letter had not been delivered, that the hearing should and could be rescheduled. We were not given the notice's tracking number. When we asked to provide a reschedule date, Ms. Smith stated that A, she was unable to determine the rescheduled date for at least 2 weeks, and B, we would have to wait until the end of the month, July at least, before she could look at the calendar to reschedule. When we asked if we could telephone her again within a few days to inquire about a rescheduled date, she assured us that this would not be necessary and said no, we should wait 2 weeks before contacting ACAD to learn about the rescheduled date, end quote. Our written notes from the conversation also record that Ms. Smith said she would send the reschedule notice via certified mail as originally requested in the protest form. As of Monday, August 3rd, we had not received a certified letter from ACAD. When we telephoned ACAD today, Barbara referred us to Ms. Smith for scheduling. Ms. Smith stated that the hearing had been scheduled for August 3rd. We stated that had not received notice via the agreed upon certified mail. She claimed that the notice was mailed on July 15th, even though when we spoke to her on July 14th, she was unable to provide any indication of when the hearing would be rescheduled. When we asked Ms. Smith if she sent a certified letter, she was unable to answer our question and did not provide a mailing date for the certified notice, its tracking number, or its delivery status. On July 15th, she mailed a document regarding filing options, and a copy of her note is attached. It does reference a rescheduled hearing. We are requesting that the hearing be rescheduled. In a good faith effort to minimize miscommunication going forward, we are glad to telephone ACAD frequently to learn of the rescheduled date. Our request is based upon overvaluation due to A, uninhabitable structure, and B, overvalued lot. We appreciate your consideration very much and ACAD's efforts to ensure that the reschedule is communicated well as it should be. Sincerely, C. Karcher Manager, Cathar Terrio, LLC.
Just tell them what's attached right there. So attached behind that is a notice of final order that's not signed with a sticky that has vowels, and it says, per our conversation on 714, papers that address how to appeal on appraisal review board, Val Smith.
An appraisal review board decision, Val
Yeah.
Smith.
And then the next page is the 2020 notice of appraised value, along with a photocopy of the U.S. certified mail receipt that actually says June 17th, 2020. And then another notice of protest, which is the back sheet of the actual notice of protest, which is dated 6/16/30.
Are you sending it to the right address? Just curious.
Yes, we double checked that right away when the first one had troubles.
A little bit of background, very few individuals actually request certified mailings of the hearing date. I would say of the approximately 1,500 hearings that we've had less than 10. Is that a good estimate?
Yes, I think we only had 3. This is the first year that a property owner can request that a certified or that a notice of hearing be mailed certified. And I think we've had 3 this year.
Where have they been going?
They went there. We've got the tracking.
So that was their evidence. Now, I mean, that was their information. Now, here's Val's, just our response to that, or what we from our side.
Okay.
Right. So we got the tracking information, and it said for the first certified mail that on July 17th, it was unclaimed and being returned to sender.
Unclaimed.
Yes.
Who unclaimed it?
Well, because it's certified, it has to be signed for. And because, I mean, that's the way I
Yeah,
understand.
and you get like 2 weeks to get it. If they notify you.
And it went to the correct address.
Yes.
What happened to the second one?
It says that it's still it's in transit, which is what the first one says, which means that it hasn't been claimed.
Sounds like they're not claiming their registered mail.
I offered, when I talked to them on the 14th, I offered to send it by electronic mail, but she didn't want us to know her email address. And in fact, I probably shouldn't have read her name off. She doesn't like anyone to know, but she did sign the letter to Mr. Powers, so.
I don't even remember her name, so it's all good.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't worry about that. If they're not picking up their mail, if it's attempted to be delivered and they're not accepting it or picking it up, that's not my problem.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. And they've specifically requested that. And you would think they would be waiting for that mail.
Yeah, you'd think.
I know, even at your house, if you get if it's certified and you're not home, they put a little slip in there and they tell you to go and pick it up from the post office.
Right, exactly. I've had that happen.
Me too.
I checked the tracking on it about a week before the hearing because I just wanted to see, was it delivered? And when it showed that same note, like it hadn't been picked up, I went ahead and just put one in the regular mail and sent it. She didn't say if she had gotten that or not.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
I say deny it. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I would agree.
I agree.
Okay, motion.
I move that we deny this person's reschedule for a second hearing.
What account is it?
This is account 69816.
Okay, that's for the record.
Okay.
Second,
I second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Okay.
All righty.
Yeah, I think that's the only letter that we have in our possession. And as far as tomorrow's hearings, we'll do the same kind of, we'll send somebody to pick up stuff today and to drop off stuff to be signed today. And then in the morning, or sometime tomorrow, we'll pick up those things from you, Charlie.
Okay. If whoever's coming, have them call me so that I don't have my fuzzy slippers on.
So you have the drink ready?
Yeah, so I have the drink ready. Let me ask, Val, are you still there?
I am.
Val, this stuff that you give us that becomes trash, do you want it back so that you can deal with it, or do you want me to throw it away here?
No, that's good that y'all are returning it. We had talked to the attorney and he said anything that is scribbled on should probably be kept for future reference.
That's fine. I just didn't know what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I thank you for that.
No problem. I'll do it. Are we done?
We are done.
Okay. In that case, a motion to adjourn?
I move that we adjourn today's meeting.
Second?
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We're done. We are adjourned.
Bye. See you at 8:30.
Bye.
Bye.
And all.